absolutely thrilled to be here talking to you about my journey. My name is Madan. I came to the Netherlands in 2010 to pursue my master's in artificial intelligence. I am a huge robotics fan, and I assumed in 2010, or I predicted that robots will rule the world, and that's why I chose from a mechanical engineering background to AI background. Soon I realized that AI is a tool that can be applied in several domains and for several applications, which led me on a journey of research and development for several SMEs within the Netherlands. And after a few years of doing that, I moved on to my own path of entrepreneurship, where I started offering my machine learning and AI skills for several small companies and corporates. It was during this time, or while doing all these things, I still played cricket. Cricket is one thing that I never stopped doing in my life since the day I can remember. So in 2018, my cricketing performance was extremely low, and it was very poor. And it was a time where everything started for Ludimos, which I'll just touch upon in a few moments.
Wonderful. And we are aware that now you are in a beautiful relationship as well with your life partner as being based at Netherlands. So what do you think has been for you, especially being at Netherlands, it has been helpful for your entrepreneurship journey, or how would you suggest?
Yes, indeed. So Netherlands is one of the startup-friendly countries, and which also promotes and which also motivates people to have their own or start the entrepreneurial journey. There's a lot of support that they offer. There's a lot of grants that they offer, and it's one of the most investment-friendly countries as well. So it's no doubt that Amsterdam was and still is one of the startup capital, or startup hubs of entire Europe, and that makes a lot of sense. And yes, indeed, the structure and the arrangements of how you can easily start up a company with less capital and with less investment is something that pushed me to take this journey without thinking too much about what lies ahead.
Wonderful. So I do recall, and as you shared as well, you had been training at one of the best universities, I'm aware as well. What motivated you, or what were the events which literally pushed you towards the entrepreneurship and which made you think of starting about Ludimos?
Yes. So in 2018, there were a series of events that happened that led to me choosing this journey. And the first event is that there was one day where I sat and asked myself, should I play cricket? Should I continue playing cricket? Because after playing 6 games in that season, I scored 2 ducks and 1 run in 3 of the games. And I was at the lowest point coming back from a poor year before. So I had to really think, am I still enjoying the game? I'm not contributing to my team's success. I'm not helping my teammates. I'm not helping myself. So why should I continue playing the game? What am I doing wrong? And soon after, what happened is that in the next training session, I was suggested to record my batting video and then have a chat with the coach. And literally, I just did that, sat next to my coach, where he showed on the screen of my phone what I'm doing wrong. And I've been using smartphones since 2010 with cameras, and I'm a photographer myself, so I know what
Sure,
these things can offer. But it
absolutely.
was a game changing, and it was a completely eye opening experience, because even though I had several of my videos before on my phone, I never saw them the way that I saw with my coach. He paused on frames. He showed exactly why my head or why my body is doing certain things that I should not be doing, and that helped me visualize the mistakes myself and how not to do it the next time, which was extremely useful. And what happened is that in the following few games, I was able to gain my confidence again and start scoring a lot of runs. And then I wondered, like, hey, why? It's helping me now, so I should be doing that. So we did that for a few weeks, and we ran into several problems. So the first key problem is that some videos were on my phone and some were on the phone of my coach. We used WhatsApp and other channels to share them, or maybe even Google Drives and other things.
Mhm.
So the on-demand access of my data was not there. I had to either ask him, we have to search for it, or if you have more information, then it just completely lost. The second problem we had is that, or I had specifically, is if you remember on the first video, he paused on a frame and then he told me what I was doing wrong, right? It happened 2 weeks before. And that day I wanted to know if that's still the case. I had two videos. I wanted to compare one with the first one, and I didn't know which video was that and on what frame was it, right?
Right, right.
And if you think about it, we actually spent the time to sit together, to go through the videos, to find a frame, and to talk and discuss about the problems, which is a key information in my development journey. And because it's shared verbally, it's just lost in time because we
Mhm.
cannot remember all the things to minute details, and we tend to forget as we are humans, right?
Right.
So, so that actually kind of, if I think about it from a bigger roadmap of a player development process, then this happens quite a lot, right from a young age, right from how young youth and young people train to how even adults train. They do the same thing. Every piece of information is shared verbally, and it's a responsibility of the player to take notes either on a piece of paper or on any digital content, or like it can be WhatsApp, it can be a diary in your phone, and whatever it is.
Right.
But again, that's not efficient, because if you write on your phone, how does your coach know what you wrote on it, and how does your
Mhm.
coach know this happened on this time, and how do you actually interact and collaborate with the right people so that you can keep developing without having
Mhm.
to think about, I forgot that and this and that. So this led me to this is also the third thing. The
Right.
third and the most important thing is, if I
Mhm.
record a 10-minute training session, 10 minutes of
Mhm.
me batting, then me
Mhm.
and my coach, we have to watch the 10 minutes again, which
Right.
means we have to not waste, but we have to spend the same amount of time that the video is to watch it, to then analyze it. If you are a cricketer, and I assume most of them know what cricket is, you
Right.
know that only 20% of the videos, training videos, contains useful information, and 70 to
Mhm.
80% is pure noise. And by noise, I mean frames where nothing happens, or the frames that does not add any value to coaches, players that are looking at it.
Right.
So that's where I thought, well, you know what? Because of this, people are not recording more videos because they have to spend more time after recording. So they are just restricting themselves to record clips of 5 seconds or 10 seconds, which means they are not giving them enough chance to observe a mistake when it happens. And that kind of is a roadblock in the development journey of a player.
Mhm.
So then these problems kind of went me on a market study where I interviewed lots of coaches, players, and parents alike to ask them, hey, do you experience these problems like I did? And the answer was yes. So then I did some market research. Hey, are there any
Right.
tools that can help me? Because I'm a huge believer of not reinventing the same wheel again and again. So it's
Absolutely.
inefficient. So
Makes
the
sense.
first thing that I did is to search internet and use Google to figure out what tools and apps and platforms are there to help me as a cricketer
Mhm.
to keep track of my progress over a period of time.
Right.
To my surprise, I couldn't find any,
Oh,
or
wow.
the ones I found are offering a short-term solution. So what I mean by that is, if you take an app, it just helps you do a video analysis right then,
Mhm.
right there, but it does not
Mhm.
help you share it with the people and keep track of it over a long time. There were some things that help you with planning your session, but that has not had video analysis. There were some tools that had for example, bookings and payments and stuff, but it did not have the other two things. So either you have to use multiple apps to get to do the same thing, or the ones that had were too sloppy and too clunky and did not have other features that meets the demand of a cricketer or a cricket coach.
Right.
So it was at that point I said, you know what? I'm an experienced AI professional and I'm doing cutting edge research for several SMEs in the Netherlands. I know how to analyze images and videos and get information out of it. And there is a problem with cricket clubs running the way they're running things in terms of player management and athlete development process. So why don't I start something and add value to cricketers and the game that I love? So
Right.
that was the eureka moment where I did
Mhm.
that. We did a beta in 2019, and then we launched the official platform in 2020 for some user testing. And from there on, it's just growing quite significantly in the last 8 months.
Wow, that's a really very exciting journey. Thank you for sharing. And it's really amazing to know that how a player, especially in the field of cricket, can significantly improve their performance, in fact. Um, did you come across any major roadblocks across your journey when you had been trying to take this path of entrepreneurship?
Uh, Indeed. So entrepreneurship from the outside, it looks easy and it looks successful, but if you are one of them, you know all the hurdles that you face as an entrepreneur. So you can't do just one thing. You can't do the thing you love. Um, I love building things, but that's not the only thing that we have to do. As I have to do as a founder, I had to find the right team that can deliver the vision that we have. I had to find funds. I had to find capital and resources to fund the team to deliver it. I need to do some business development. I had to do set up all the tools and processes. So these things means that you have to wear multiple hats even in a single day. You have to be a product owner in the morning, you have to be an AI engineer in the afternoon, and then you have to be like a scrum master or a developer late in the afternoon, so that you have to do multiple things to keep your vision alive and to deliver things to your users. Uh, in addition to this, you also have a lot of other challenges in terms of just running your companies, legal stuff, strategy.
Right.
So your business plan. I mean, you know there is a business. You know that being in cricket, I knew that there is a market and people would be happy. There's a problem, and people will be and should be happy to pay for the solution. But to attract investors, you have to come up with a business plan with projections for the next 5 years in terms of what revenues we can expect. So when you go into that road, every single terminology that you read and that you want to put in the business plan, it's completely new. You don't have a clue about it, and then you have to figure out what they mean. So I had to spend like even weeks just looking at YouTube videos about how finance works, what is a investment plan, what is
Mhm.
a cash flow statement, and how do you link everything together, and how do you validate that the business plan you have is viable? How do you verify that this can be achieved in a reasonable way without being too realistic or without being too ambitious? And then this is from the financial side. Then you have the legal side. So we found that the hard way that Netherlands is a country that's not known for cricket, right? So having a
Right.
startup based in the Netherlands trying to solve a cricket problem where cricket is not really well known in the Netherlands, it doesn't, from a strategic point of view, it doesn't go well. Of course, our product is a SaaS product, which means that you can just sell and market the product from the Netherlands. But from a
Mhm.
strategy point of view, from legal point of view, it would have been best, for example, if the company came out of India or UK or from Australia, because cricket is huge in those countries, and it made sense, and the trust factor was there. So these are things that you don't think about when you
Right.
think about entrepreneurship, but every single thing is connected, and you have to do all these things. You have to learn these things
Mhm.
to be an effective founder.
Wow, that's indeed such so many points one has to be careful about indeed. And as you rightly said, it's a very a big learning process, in fact, for everyone. In fact, would you like to share some memorable moments along your journey?
Yeah, happy to. Well, this journey has been a roller coaster, ups and downs, several ups and well, few ups and several downs. I think that's a typical journey of a startup. But
Right.
we really cherished those few ups and really high points we had. I think one of the biggest moment for us is delivering the apps that we have now in the App Store. And why? Because we were a small team of 3 people, and we were
Right.
able to develop and release a web application and 2 mobile applications within a span of 5 months, which is completely insane for such a small team with all the feature set that we have developed. So that's, let's say, my personal pride and proud moment of the team, the people that we have that's backing me up and backing my vision and delivering what we would like to deliver to our users. The second key moment came after this is the Dutch national team, their willingness and their decision to start using Ludimos. They used another product in the past. So the process of how it happened was extremely satisfying, because they came to our office one day. The next week, bam, they made a decision that they would like to use Ludimos, and they started using Ludimos in a span of a week, which was amazing, because that gave us a huge validation from the market. And it's not a club, it's not an academy, it's not a school, it's a national team. Having a national team on a platform just few weeks after you release the platform, that was insane. And the emotions were high, the excitement was huge, the team was so elated. They were just like, okay, we want to do and deliver more. And that was one of our really key moments and key turning points for the entire team. And from there, we went on to sign up a Cricket Argentina. We went on to sign up Cricket Denmark, and we onboarded Cricket Serbia last week. And in the process, we also signed up with, we created a partnership with Titans, and it's one of the most successful and innovative franchises in South Africa. And they're using it with the entire union of people. So these big accounts gave us the sense and direction and a confirmation that what we are doing is solving an actual problem for thousands of users. And now from here, we can be so sure that what we do is going to help and assist millions of players to become better cricketers in the coming years.
Seriously, heartfelt congratulations to you and your innovative team for thinking on such a great basis and innovative basis. And no doubt about it, the various national teams across Netherlands, Serbia, South Africa, and the other countries as well, they have already they have come to you, signed up agreements, and I am sure, especially in the coming days as well, the different countries where the cricket is slightly bigger, in fact, as well, like UK, Australia, or even India as well. And I do see them coming and approaching to you as well. So, for example, if there is a team which is enthusiastic about your concept, being or they are based in UK, for example, over here, or maybe in US, or even in India as well, how can they approach you?
The best and the easiest way is that they can go to a website, which is ludimos.com. And then from there, there is a clear button which says start your trial or request for demo or onboarding. So that directly reaches us. And then we would set up a call where we would ask their particular requirements as a club, what are their goals? Because each club, they have several challenges. For some clubs, it's the youth development they're looking for, and that needs a different type of the same application solution, but you need a different type of setup. Like, how do you set it up? How do you engage it? And then for a performance-based teams that's looking for improving each player's performance by X% or Y%, then we have few other features within the platform that's going to help them. So we kind of understand the requirement, we set up the accounts, we help them, we onboard them, and then we get them into the platform within 30 minutes, let's say.
That's really nice, in fact, and frankly telling, it definitely enthusiasms me as well. In your expert technical knowledge, do you think you will also be able to help professionals in other similar sports activities like baseball, or in any other sports? Do you think you guys might be willing to expand or explore?
Definitely. I mean, that's a whole plan, right? If it works for cricket, it should also work for other sports and other athletes as well. So our core value proposition is that we use artificial intelligence algorithms that automatically processes videos, and it derives insights from it for the players and coaches. So basically, it saves a lot of time and effort and manual efforts of these people. So if you leave the AI part out, just the ability for you to share a video with your coach, multiple coaches from anywhere in the world without the geographical boundaries and other things, that platform and concept can already be applied to other sports in Ludimos itself. So to give you an example, Ludimos or was used with kickboxing. It was also tried with car racing,
Wow.
to upload videos, in-car videos, and get feedback from, let's say, trainers. It was used for hockey, netball, some dance as well. So anyone that can capture a certain action, and if there's another person that can comment and guide this person to improve on that particular aspect, then Ludimos is already enabling that particular connection. What we are envisioning is that in future, when we start making progress and when we have a good team of people and resources and funds, then we would also try to build these AI algorithms for other sports as well, so that we bring more meaningful insights with less manual efforts.
This is indeed fascinating to know that you guys have such a great platform, which can also be not just applied to different sports, but even different forms of dances or racing and all as well. So I am pretty sure the going through our audience list and all the variety of audience which we all have, if someone is interested in funding your project or someone is interested in joining your project in a serious way, what are the different options do you guys have?
Right. So as I told you, we have a product where we established product and market fit. We have initial traction. So from this point onwards, we have to start growing our team so that we can expand our product offering. So we are looking for the following three things. The first thing is it's funding. So we want to build a team that can deliver on more features and more functionality. So to develop and to manage the team, we need capital for doing that.
Sure.
And two, we need the team itself. So if you are a developer, if you are a growth marketer, if you are, let's say, a sales professional, or if you are a product owner, for example, and if you have a passion to contribute back to cricket, and if you're willing to join our journey in revolutionizing the way cricket is being trained or coached all across the globe, then I'll be very happy to have a chat with you to understand your passion, your motive, and then happy to give you a platform to contribute back to the game that we all love. And number three is in terms of partnerships in terms of, for example, if you're working with software, if there's another software that we can integrate within Ludimos so that we can offer more value, if we can partner up with academies or big associations that can actually promote us, that can guide us, that's also a really valuable thing for us right now. So these are the three areas that we are looking for assistance and guidance and help. Even, for example, if you don't have the money but you have a lot of experience and network, and if you're happy to advise us on, like, doing this can help you out, just testing a product and saying that this is missing or this can be done good, and your valuable feedback will immensely help us improve our offering, which in turn is going to impact thousands and millions of other people that are going to use the platform in the future.
I am sure there will be a lot of people as well who will be coming forward to join your great mission and the great journey which you have endeavored to take it as well. And there's no doubt about it. There are a lot of national teams as well which are coming up and associating themselves with you and your project as well. And so I'm sure there is a good group of entrepreneurs as well who are watching you right now, and you have been an inspiration to them as well. Do you have any tips for such entrepreneurs? What kind of journey or what are the precautions and all to be taken during this journey?
Well, I have lots of things to say for those people. I don't think this call will fit in those things, but the the key thing is, if you have the passion and if you have the will, then you should go for it. And there will be roadblocks. There'll always be roadblocks, and expect them, but you will overcome as you keep moving forward, and with the grit and with the determination that you have.
That this is really nice and very crisp summary for everyone, I think. Do you have any special future plans for Ludimos which we all can look up to, and would you like to share some of the future plans for that?
Yeah, so the platform Ludimos itself, right now, it's presented as a performance development and video analysis platform. But as I explained initially, cricketers are using multiple tools to achieve their cricketing needs in terms of managing availabilities, managing player workloads, managing sessions and plans, and tracking player progress. So our goal is that in the coming months and coming years, we are going to add lot of functionality to the product so that this should be the go-to platform for any cricket clubs, associations, and schools, where you can take in a player, manage them in the easiest and the simplest manner, and it can help you with all the needs in terms of planning, managing, scheduling, and with booking and other club related activities.
This has been a very refreshing thing and very inspiring journey to go through. I think not just for me, I think